Hi, welcome to my channel, 11 Plus Success. I hope you watched my previous video about synonyms and antonyms. In this video, we are going to be looking at non-verbal reasoning, as it is part of the 11 Plus exam. If you haven't already done so, or if you are new to the channel, please subscribe, as it will support me to add more videos. Without any more delay, let's get into the video. What is nonverbal? The nonverbal reasoning test consists of pictures and diagrams. These type of questions are not taught at primary schools, so the only way to familiarize with these questions are by practicing at home. People may say that this exam is harder than the verbal one, but it is not. If you have good logical reasoning skills, you'll be fine. Basic information. My experience of the non-verbal exam included 70 questions. The questions are split into sections, and each section is grouped with similar type of questions. Each section has a time limit, so you have to try and answer as many questions as you can within that time. You cannot skip sections, and you cannot revisit sections. The non-verbal questions contain very little amount of words, but they have lots of components. I'll explain this in detail a bit later in the video. Formats. There are two exam formats for the non-verbal reasoning test. One is standard and the other is multiple choice. My exam format was multiple choice. Check with your grammar school on what your format is for the 11 plus exam. I have explained this in another video, link in the description box below. Some regions of England do not do non-verbal reasoning, so check that as well, otherwise you could be wasting time. Components. The non-verbal test is made up of lots of different components. They are lines, shapes, shading, and codes. There are lots of different types of components like line length and so on. I will explain them all in this video. There are lots of different lines and lots of ways you can classify them, such as line length, line thickness, curves or no curves, line shapes and line types, for example solid, dashed and dotted. Here is line length. The one on the left is long and the one on the right is short. Here is line thickness. The one on the left is thick and the one on the right is thin. Curves or no curves. The one on the left is curved and the one on the right is straight. There are lots of line shapes. Here are some examples. These are line types. They are solid, dotted, and dashed. There are also lots of different shapes. For example, there are normal shapes, irregular shapes that are made up, and shapes inside shapes. Here are some normal shapes. There is a rectangle, an oval, and a hexagon. Here are some irregular shapes. Here are shapes inside shapes. There is a hexagon inside a rectangle and a circle inside an irregular pentagon. Now let's move on to shading and patterns. You can have different shadings, for example, solid shading, clear, grey, and black. Line shading, they can rotate clockwise or anti-clockwise. Lattice patterns also can rotate, and spotted patterns also with irregular patterns. Here are some solid shading, clear, black and grey. These are lattice patterns. The first one has been rotated 180 degrees to get the second one. Line shadings. All of these line shadings have rotated. Spotted patterns. They don't have to include spots, but the shapes look like they've been spotted around in a circle. And these are irregular patterns. This is an example of codes. This question type you could expect in your nonverbal exam. This was an introduction to the nonverbal exam. In my upcoming videos, I'll be explaining nonverbal reasoning technique. This is the end of the video. Thank you for watching. I hope you liked it. If you did, please like, share and subscribe. If you have any questions, put them in the comment box below and I'll reply soon. Goodbye.